Okay, moving along, Mr. Sellers. You are on front and center.
Mr. Mayor, council members, viewers at home, my name is John Sellers and I live in the crossings at Willow Creek. I want to talk to you all today about the First Amendment to the US Constitution. Something Arizona celebrates this year as the first state in the Union hoping to erect a monument in the state capital to this important document, described by some as the most important document in human history. My wife and I have a great personal appreciation of the First Amendment for two reasons. One, we're newly minted citizens. Two, we were the targets in California of a slap suit designed to chill our constitutional rights to petition government. Defeating this lawsuit using anti-slap was probably the most expensive investment my wife and I ever made, but probably one of the best ones. SLAP, by the way, if you Google it, is an acronym, stands for Strategic Litigation Against Public Participation, something now punished heavily under Arizona's own 2006 Public Participation Act. We learned quite a bit in the process in California. The first was few people, including attorneys, understand how easy it is to run afoul of the First Amendment, containing the 5 rights of religion, speech, press, assembly, and the one that's the least well known, which is the right to petition government. Second, much of the First Amendment is actually rooted in the Magna Carta in England, signed in 1215. Gary Kidd emailed me once that, quotes, "I realize you're from England and it may be different there," unquotes. Well, the founding fathers, Gary, especially James Madison, must have agreed with that because by most accounts, they consulted the Magna Carta extensively in drafting the First Amendment, especially on the right to petition government, alone or in groups, and without fear for the right to redress grievances. Why? Well, back in 1200, English kings could lop off the heads of dissenting citizens, Marlin, for no reason. So the citizens deposed King John and made him sign the Magna Carta. So when I stood here on July 27, 2010, to talk about unlawful acts in the crossings, I was exercising that right. But as the video of extracts of that council meeting available on YouTube show, the response was a thinly disguised invitation to leave town, an even less thinly disguised threat of a lawsuit and references to libel. Well, a lawsuit transpired last June when we and all our neighbours were sued by the city. And the lawsuit with us as defendants basically says, sign a statement agreeing with the city's version of the facts of what happened in the crossings, and the judge may stamp your property title. Or else, we'll pursue you for legal expenses on grounds not one single attorney can justify. And we're apparently only one of 2 parties to dissent on this. Well, we may be the only people, my wife and I, in Arizona, who think something wrong happened here. Except we're not, because Jim Musgrove's firm wrote eloquently about circumvention of plat approval procedures in 2003 by the developer and the city, including the current city manager. But at some point, the AG's office, with the AG's office, except for open meeting violations, the sheriff's office, the city's attorney's office, and most importantly, the voters, all unconcerned apparently about backdoor dealings, our civics bid is done. Our conscience is clear. We're not going to die in a ditch as surrogate police officers. So we responded to the city in a letter, which my wife just circulated, basically saying, look, we don't agree, but let's agree to disagree. Sign something and move on. Failing which, you are chilling my constitutional rights. The city responded by filing a default application against us. So now we have a lawsuit and more depositions. Anybody with experience in litigation, real litigation, before a judge and jury, knows the outcomes can be very unpredictable. So I'm not going to predict what the outcome of litigation is, and my attorneys wouldn't let me. But we've got US and British troops dying in Afghanistan, in ditches. Compared to that, metaphorically dying in a ditch before the US Supreme Court is a piece of cake. So the wish I have, as I wish all of you, and I mean that sincerely, a Happy New Year, is that 2012 will be known in Prescott and throughout Arizona as the year of the Magna Carta. And then maybe we'll erect a monument to the First Amendment in Arizona, in Arizona's first state capital, as well as its current one. Thank you very much, and a Happy New Year to all.
Thank you very much.